Hello, my name's Tom Beasley and I am the editor of the Popcorn Muncher, and welcome once again to our YouTube channel. This week I would like to talk to you about the big release of this week, Solo, a Star Wars story. It's a new film that's swaggering into cinemas right now, despite the well-publicised production issues that saw its directors replaced at the 11th hour, with 21 Jump Street, the Lego Movies, Phil Lord and Chris Miller, replaced by Ron Howard, who was seen as something of a safe pair of hands. Now, the box office for the film so far is slightly below expectations, and the critical reaction has been broadly positive, but considerably more muted than we've seen for the other new Star Wars films. Indeed, it seems as if this film will be disappearing from audiences' minds in less than 12 parsecs. But actually, there's something about Solo, a Star Wars story that feels perfect for the cultural moment in which we all currently live. Fanboy culture is all about filling in gaps, whether it's the Easter eggs and nods of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, or the constant demands from fans upon J.K. Rowling to unveil every secret of the Harry Potter world. Fanfiction too exists almost solely to expand upon minor throwaway details and to fill in what happened while the cameras weren't on these characters, whether it's where they got to a certain place, how they came to be a part of the story, or simply who they were secretly snogging in an empty Hogwarts classroom. Solo, a Star Wars story is this kind of detail-focused fanfiction in movie form. Want to know how Han met Chewie? Check. How he met Lando? Check. How he got his name? Check. How he learned not to trust anyone? Check. How he won the Millennium Falcon? Check. How he made the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs? Definitely check on that last one. No stone is left unturned in this movie's attempt to fill in the Star Wars canon. It's a movie that exists solely to make fans go, oh yeah, and snigger quietly to themselves at all of the references that they get when other people in the room might not. For a certain brand of fan, this will absolutely be enough. But the problem with Solo in this respect is that it all seems forced. Alden Ehrenreich isn't even close to playing the same character as Harrison Ford, and he often feels like an Instagram cosplayer who's somehow managed to blag a multi-movie contract. Donald Glover is a delight as Lando Calrissian and steals the film, but there's a gulf the size of a Death Star between what he's doing and the work of Billy D. Williams in the original trilogy. This film simply doesn't feel like an organic prequel. It feels like a cynical attempt to fill in narrative gaps. There's a distinct lack of jeopardy to everything that happens, because the movie exists so squarely in the world that we already know, covering story beats we're all broadly aware of. That provides fans with a level of comfort that has seen Solo sail into its position as a film that pretty much everyone likes, even if few people have loved it. It's an interesting counterpoint to The Last Jedi in that respect. Whether you loved Rian Johnson's movie or loathed it, you cannot deny that he took bold risks with character and narrative to create a Star Wars movie that felt very different to all of the other films in the franchise. The movie got absolutely battered by a certain section of the fan base who hated the way it flipped, twisted and inverted everything we thought we knew about the Force, the Jedi religion and Luke Skywalker's taste for milk. Now, I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm not a hardcore devotee by any means. I'm not familiar with the extended universe or any of the extra material, but I have really enjoyed almost all of the Star Wars movies, even if I've had kicks in the balls that were less excruciating than Attack of the Clones. But I love the idea that Star Wars can change. I love the idea it can spin off and splinter in different directions. After all, it's set within the confines of an entire galaxy. On a canvas that's as big as that, I want there to be some risks. I don't want a filmmaker to simply work their way through a checklist of recognised story beats. I want someone to come in like Rian Johnson and shake up the board, rebuilding it in their own image. Solo, a Star Wars story is absolutely fine. But I don't want a Star Wars movie to be fine. I want it to wow and shock me like Rogue One, or to surprise and enthrall me like The Last Jedi did. There's a certain breed of fan who will lap up Solo's fan service and nostalgia, and that's fine. But in this world of fanboy analysis tying up every loose end and throwaway line of dialogue, Solo feels like a perfect addition to that canon. It's like a Reddit thread turned into a $250 million blockbuster movie. It's one of those tedious colour by numbers books, rather than an exercise in mad kaleidoscopic creativity. There's nothing wrong with fan service and nostalgia. It's what powered The Force Awakens to bring this whole world back to life. But now we've got that out of our system, I want something a bit crazier, a bit different, and I want to be excited about going back to the galaxy far, far away.
You got a line on a ship? Yeah, I know a guy. He's the best smuggler around.
I heard a story about you. I was wondering if it's true.
Everything you've heard about me is true.
L3!
Let go of the mean man's face.
Who are these guys?
But let me know what you think. Have you seen Solo: A Star Wars Story? What did you think of it? Let me know. I expect there'll be a lot of 3-star reviews. But in the meantime, head over to thepopcornmuncher.com for loads of other content. We've got a review of Solo up. We'll have a spoiler podcast discussion of it up very soon as well. And you can also find our social media links down in the description below. Be sure to follow us on all of the platforms. Subscribe to this channel, leave a like, and I'll see you next week for another video. Thanks for watching.